Claudia.
I know what titles have. Who does the other time? Oh, it's not on this. They're not. Okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, DDC. Oh, I like your picture, Claudia. I like your picture.
I know.
I wonder if I can make the camera zoom in on it. I never fixed the camera for you, did I?
No, you did not.
Hold on a second. Tell me, what do you need? What do you need? I can't even see.
I want it to be on you. Yeah. There we go.
I want to see her picture too.
I understand that.
Hey, Turtles.
Hey, how you doing, baby? You all right?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, I'm doing absolutely fine. Working hard.
I know you are.
Yes.
So we're gonna handle Mr. Pickett first. That's Mr. Tuttles has retained counsel. We got all the files and everybody else who are here. Yeah.
Can someone give me Mr. Pickett's case number?
200
200
592
59.
37.
This charge is going to be 6. Yes, I got it. You told me 2005-9237.
Yes.
And his charge is CCW?
Possession of a taser. And it's a 4-year felony with a HAB 4.
Oh, okay.
DDC, can we get Mr. Pickett first, please? We have counsel prepared on that, gentlemen.
I need you right here, right quick, man.
Claudia. Is this dishwashers, Claudia?
Hi, Your Honor.
Is this dishwasher safe?
I believe so. I think so.
Well, we're gonna try it.
I know it's like her up there.
Yeah, you need some?
Oh, that's all right. Your Honor. Yeah. Tell us, can I get your P number?
Yes, it's 64158.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, thank you. You got him? Thanks, Lou. Can I grab that? Stand on the black line, state your full name.
I'll rest that line. Get along the way.
Good afternoon, your name, please.
Reginald Pickett.
Thank you, Mr. Pickett. Good afternoon. Here for case number 200592237, People State of Michigan versus Reginald Leonard Pickett, also known as Reginald Leonard Pickett, Reginald Leonardo Pickett, Reginald L. Pickett. Counsel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Antonio D. Tuttles, on behalf of my client, it is Mr. Reginald Pickett, who appears to your left on the monitor. For the purposes of the arraignment, Your Honor, I waive the formal reading of the complaint and stand mute, and my P number is 64158.
Thank you, counsel. Court will waive formal reading of the information under plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference Wednesday, August the 26th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King, Mr. Tuttles, which will be held via Zoom. And Mr. Pickett, you'll get information on how to connect. I'm sure that will be worked out with your counsel, but it's your responsibility to attend that Zoom hearing, August 26th, 8:30, Judge King. Not guilty, please enter. That's the bond.
As it relates to bond, Your Honor, my court should be cognizant that my client is 49 years old. He does have his GED. He's self-employed and has been so for approximately 6 years. We have no reason to believe that Mr. Pickett is not going to return to court, and he has obviously retained counsel. And he has a lot of family support. He's a lifelong resident of this area. So we'll be asking for a personal bond in this matter.
Thank you, counsel. He's a lifelong resident. He had Alabama plates, but he resides in Michigan area. Is that correct, counsel?
Yes, I'm not sure why the car had Alabama plates, but he's a lifelong resident.
Thank you, sir. The court takes into consideration the serious nature of these allegations, which are very serious but non-assaultive. You have a lengthy prior criminal history. With the court take into consideration the information provided by counsel, as well as the current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, Mr. Pickett, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Given the information stated by counsel, the serious nature of this allegation, as well as the information investigators report, bond will be set $5,500 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Pickett. Make sure and make your court date. No weapons. Anything further, counsel?
For clarification, Your Honor, you said 5,000 or 500 personal?
Both, 5,500, 5,500
okay,
personal.
5,500 personal. I appreciate it. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck, counselor. Good luck, Mr. Pickett.
All right. Until you and your staff have a great day, and all of you all stay safe.
Thank you. You too, sir.
Okay.
Come on. Straight down list.
Yes, thank you for asking. At your pleasure. We straight down works for us.
we have to write it on our sheet, and then we have a fax. We can't send them until we put that number on there.
Okay.
So you need them, right, Claudia? That's what we was talking about, working together earlier, Phil? Yeah. Oh.
And I know we got one gross point. I think they're waiting for us 2 gross points.
They're gonna call into us. Where's Gross Point?
Gross point is Tyrone Douglas.
Is he timing out or something? Why are we doing them in the afternoon? I thought we do DDC on the afternoon.
And he's sitting there, and I couldn't even interview because they on the courtroom.
Oh, they
Deputy here, deputy here, deputy here. I'm like,
What's his name?
DDC down here, I didn't know that.
No, Tyrone Douglas is gross point. I got the IP if you need it.
Well, no, they gotta call into us.
Okay, I just called it.
Tyrone Douglas.
I just called it.
Do you have a phone number?
Yep.
Could you give it to Officer Love, and then she's gonna call and tell him to call into us via Zoom?
Yes, sir. Oh, that's right.
All right, thank you.
Phil's the keeper of the phone numbers, isn't he? We got them all, man.
You got all of them.
All of them. Give them up, Phil.
I'm the wrong
I
numbers.
gotta tell you something. My BFF, so
Oh, can't wait to hear this one.
I'm outside.
She getting old. She doesn't got good eyesight no more.
Somebody's trying to spit game.
Somebody was?
She said she saw somebody trying to spit game to you.
Her eyesight going bad though, like the rest of us. Oh Lord. I don't even know what she had. We'll see what she's talking about. I live way too close to this place.
There was some I can hear.
Oh, okay. She's playing now. Thank you.
Joe Evans.
Good evening. Good afternoon, Mr. Evans.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you, sir. You're here before court case number 200592120, People State of Michigan versus Joe Evans, also known as Joseph Casey Evans. One moment,
Yes.
Mr. Evans. Oh, no. This one, Madam Clerk, it says the Mario Lipsy on it. Counsel appearance, please.
This is close, sir.
Oh, I apologize. This is 200592120, People State of Michigan versus Joe Evans, also known as Joe Casey Evans.
So right now, we got Mr. Evans waiting for reading that. Mr. Evans has to line of his constitutional rights.
The wrong file. Hold on. Here's Lipsy. Nope, Lipsy has two with Lipsy in it. Court waive formal reading of the information. I believe not guilty. And then here's the in custody portion. Court waive formal reading and I believe not guilty. Mr. Evans, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference on August the 26th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for that court hearing before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time, understand?
I understand.
Or I believe
sir.
not guilty as to the bond.
Judge, my client, 25, lifetime resident of Detroit, no prior felony convictions. He is not on probation or parole. He works for Terry's Landscaping, and he also works for Addis Van Lines. He has 2 jobs, high school graduates. Judge, he will not possess any weapons. He lives with both parents at this time, has strong family ties. I've asked the court for personal bond.
Thank you. Mr. Evans, the court takes consideration the lack of capious history of criminal convictions, the current epidemic facing the nation, as well as the information provided by counsel, including employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. During this bond, Mr. Evans, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
I understand.
Thank you. Given the information and the investigator's report, serious nature of this allegation, and the information provided by your attorney, bond on this matter will be set $5,500 personal bond. You're being released on a personal bond, Mr. Evans. Make sure and attend that court hearing via Zoom. No weapons. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Claudia. Hey, we'll do these. Claudia, this one with the, oh, never mind. So this will be the case number that we use, not this
Yes.
one?
Wait,
Or not this one, I mean?
no, not that one.
This one here?
Yes.
Thanks, cool. Give them our Zoom information and have them call in to us whenever they're ready. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Willie Robinson.
Thank you. Are you a junior, Mr. Robinson?
Yes.
Thank you. Good afternoon. You're for case number 200448866. People's State of Michigan versus Willie Bay Robinson Jr., also known as Willie Bay Robinson. Counselor.
For the record, on behalf of Mr. Robinson, waive the reading stand. Mr. Robinson has this constitutional right.
Thank you. Court will waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Robinson, the court scheduling a pre-trial date, sir, that you must attend August the 26th, which is a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court. Let me see what judge. We'll give you the judge in just a moment, sir. Not guilty plea is entered. Okay. It's August 26th at 8:30 in front of Judge Bryant. And that's going to be heard via Zoom. That's off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, Mr. Robinson Jr., they'll give you information on how to connect for that hearing via Zoom August 26th. But that's your responsibility. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. That's the bond.
That's the bond, Judge. His bond, he had a case bond of $510, $50. Called Judge Bryant this morning to see if it was possible to change that bond, because it was just issued on July 1st. He said this court was doing personal bond if the court saw fit. My client doesn't have assaulted a prior judge. I noticed he has this case allegedly from Myers. He asked the court, because it's not assault, Your Honor. We talked to Mr. Robinson this morning about this. So one of the reasons why he missed the original court date, he said that the court was closed, which is correct. But we still, because Brian was still doing court hearings, and we explained that we're going to have to figure out a way. We have a Zoom office, our office does, where people can come to the Zoom office if they don't have the capability on their own. They can come and they can Zoom in and get connected to the court. So we told Mr. Robinson about that. We're going to give him the information. And,
Thank you. Thank you. And is that understood, Mr. Robinson? When you fail to appear, you're likely to get locked up just for not making the hearing. So it's very important you do what you can do. You have to attend that hearing via Zoom so you don't get locked up for not attending. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And that's on August 26th at 8:30. The court takes in consideration all information provided by counsel, authority given by Judge Bryant, current epidemic facing the nation, lack of criminal convictions or allegations of assault, current epidemic facing the nation. During this bond, Mr. Robinson Jr., do not go to any Meijer store. Is that understood? No
Yes.
Meijer. Given the reason stated, bond's $5,000 personal bond. You're going to be released on a personal bond. Make sure and attend that hearing date so you don't get locked back up. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
What's your name?
Stand on the black line, station going on.
Good afternoon. Your name?
Demario Lipsy.
Thank you, Mr. Lipsy. Mr. Lipsy, you're here for case number 200592238, People State of Michigan versus Demario James Lipsy. Counsel.
Your Honor, Philip Ray on behalf of Mr. Lipsy, but he agrees to you. Mr. Lipsy has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you. Court waiting for more reading of the information under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Lipsy, the court's scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend August the 26th. That's a Wednesday, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That will be heard via Zoom. August 26th. Thank you for paying attention and asking clarification questions. On August the 26th, Mr. Lipsy, that will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information from the officers on how to connect for that Zoom hearing, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Not guilty is entered. Thank you. As put the bond.
Judge Esteban, I had a very candid conversation. We talked about the fact that, these are allegations, they're non-assaultive, and the fact that, he's charged with disparate counts is simply because he is not eligible to carry a firearm based on a case he had 6 years ago. Now, I'm not saying he had one, but they're allegations, but he understands clearly that whether you possess it, you don't possess it, you can't do it based on the fact you had one prior felony conviction.
Well, are you talking of the home invasion in 2014?
In 2014.
And he has a subsequent home invasion that he's convicted of in 2019. You're on probation for that matter, the second home invasion?
Yes, sir.
I need my glasses, Judge, I apologize.
You're with your earbuds,
We had a
probably.
conversation about the home invasion, and his inability to be able to actually carry a firearm. Not again, that he did carry a firearm, Judge, but just what the allegations stated. I was just noting that Mr. Lipsy lives with his girlfriend, 27, Judge, he's had strong ties to this community. Now, Judge, knowing that these are non-assaultive, I don't believe that Mr. Lipsy was involved in any type of behavior allegedly with this gun, outside of allegedly having it on his possession. Wasn't in the act of committing any type of assault crime. I'm asking the court to consider some type of personal bond with a GPS tether, just so that Mr. Lipsy can be able to go out, come back in at certain hours of the day. And I'd ask the court to consider that, Judge, only because this is not assaultive on his face. But it is serious. It's not something that, the court will just look away from, but it's serious. My client's not working right now. He's in the process of trying to find employment, so he does not have the funds to make a bond. That's why I'm asking the court for a somewhat high personal bond with a GPS tether bond.
Mr. Lipsy, your counsel has done well, as always, advocating on your behalf. The court has concerns regarding your prior felony convictions, as well as the fact that, as stated by yourself, you're on probation at the time of this allegation. Mr. Lipsy, it's important that you listen to the court as well as what counsel has stated. You have no right to conceal any weapons, and during this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapons. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And the court takes into consideration your lack of employment as stated by counsel as it relates to the ability to post bond. No capious history the court's aware of. Current epidemic facing our nation is serious but non-assaultive allegations before the court. And we've given a court date of August 26th at 8:30 via Zoom. Mr. Lipsy, it's very important you make that court date. And if you're going to be released on a personal bond, given the information stated by your counsel as well as an alleged investigator's report, prior to release, you're to be fit with GPS tether as counsel's requested with the personal bond. And given the information stated, bond will be set $18,000 personal bond.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Lips, you're going to be released on a personal bond, sir. Listen to the court, no weapons, and make sure and attend that Zoom hearing date on time. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. August 26th at 8 o'clock.
Thank you, sir. 8:30, but 8 will work. Good luck. Good luck, Mr. Lipsy. Anything further, sir?
No, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Caleb Womack.
Good afternoon, Mr. Womack. One moment.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Womack. Your name one more time, sir. Excuse me? Mr. Womack, could you state your name again, please?
Caleb Womack.
Thank you. You're here for case number 20045-340, People State of Michigan versus Caleb Womack. One moment, your counsel's on their way back into the courtroom. This is on, you're fine. This is Caleb Womack, appearance.
Deliberating, we have Mr. Womack, when we stand mute, Mr. Womack has been advised of his constitutional rights.
Thank you. Mr. Womack, court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty and schedule a pretrial date you must attend on August the 26th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. That hearing, Mr. Womack, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect for the court before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Understood?
Okay, you just gonna give me the time and date again?
I just gave it to you, August the 26th at 8:30, but you'll get that information before you release. But Mr. Womack, that's a Wednesday. That date should be ingrained in your memory. It's August the 26th. It's very important, Mr. Womack, because if you fail to appear, you're likely to get locked back up in custody just for not showing up to court. So that should be at the front and foremost of your mind on August 26th, 8:30.
Okay.
Counsel.
Okay.
Mr. Bond, my client is 30 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit. No prior criminal history to my knowledge, Judge. Autumn Woods Nursing Home is his employee. He's a nursing assistant. He's a high school graduate. Lives with his fiancee and child in the city of Detroit, Judge. Obviously, he would not possess any weapons. This was alleged weapons discharge, reckless discharge of a firearm, Judge. And one of the conditions I've already said, which I know the court was going to enforce, is no weapons whatsoever. I have the personal bond.
Mr. Womack, this is a very serious allegation. The court takes consideration information provided by our counsel, lack of capious history or criminal convictions, current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as it relates to ability to post bond, all the information, alleged investigators report. During this bond, Mr. Womack, as stated by counsel, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and you are not to go back to the area or premises of 18096 Runyon, Detroit, Michigan. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And that's based on that, at that location, sure you allegedly produced a handgun, firing multiple 5 to 7 shots into the air. stated will be back to shoot your house up. And for that reason, you are not to go back to the location. And based on that presence of threat, you are to have absolutely no contact with Mayor Washington. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And that means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to be released on a personal bond, given the information stated, but based on that presence of threats, you're to be fit with the GPS tether prior to release. Bond is $10,000 personal bond for the reasons stated on the record. Mr. Womack,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome. Good luck, sir. Hope it works out well.
No, I'm talking about this.
My name's Randall Lee Nightingale.
Good afternoon, Mr. Randall Nightingale. You have a couple of matters, sir. We're going to get through them one at a time, so listen closely. First, we're going to handle case number 20059-241, People State of Michigan versus Randall Nightingale. Counsel.
Deliberating on behalf of Mr. Nightingale, waiting for more reading statement. Mr. Nightingale has been invited to this constitutional.
Court will waive formal reading and information and their plea of not guilty. Mr. Nightingale, the court scheduling 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference, August the 13th. That is a Thursday. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Tuesday, August 18th, both 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Both of those hearings, Mr. Nightingale, will be heard via Zoom, which is an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information, but if you're able to make bond on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time for that Zoom, both of those Zoom hearings. Do you understand?
Sir, can I ask
Thank
you
you.
a
Not
question?
guilty. Anything, you're being recorded, sir, so what you say could be used against you. So if you have a question, go
I
for it.
understand that, sir. Now, what about all the other allegations, sir?
We're gonna
All
handle
the
one
stuff that
file
was
at
done
a,
with me, sir.
go ahead.
All the stuff that was done with me, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Mr.
Have
Nightingale.
you been aware of all the things that's been going on the past month with me, sir?
With you?
Mr. Nightingale, hold on.
I
Yes,
don't
sir.
never met you. No, I've never met you, Mr. Nightingale.
I see.
I don't know what you
I
got
see
going on.
that, sir. I see that, sir.
Hold on, Mr. Nightingale, let the magistrate get through, let's get through the arraignment, okay, and then we can ask questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, court, as stated, will schedule 2 court dates. August 13th, probable cause, August 18th, preliminary examination, 8:30, 36 in front of Judge Giles via Zoom, not guilty is entered as the bond.
That's about that. Mr. Nightingale is 47 years of age. He's a lifelong resident of Michigan. He served from 1992 to 2006 in the U.S. Army. He also served 9 years in the National Guard, so he gets his pension from the VA. He's a high school graduate, Judge, John F. Kennedy High School. He's completed some technical school, Judge, for heating and cooling. But he does suffer some medical issues, Judge. He has tendonitis of the ears. Your Honor, now, the complaint, Judge, and I apologize for this, Honor, before. Is this the, what's the case number on this one, Your Honor?
9241.
9241. Judge, the complaints on this particular case are police officers.
Correct.
Officer Edwards and Officer Young. So I do know that Mr. Nightingale doesn't wish to have contact with the police officers. Your Honor, he understands he will not have contact. He's a veteran. He's thankful for his services.
Thank you for your service, Mr. Nightingale.
Your Honor, I'm asking the court, I understand these are salted matters. Yes, 2004. I'm asking the court to consider a reasonable, not personal bond with some type of monitoring device, just to ensure that Mr. Nightingale does not go around his officers and he can be monitored. If there's any violation, obviously the temperature will pick him up. But I'm asking the court, because of the pandemic, because of the health issues that Mr. Nightingale has, to give him a personal bond.
Thank you. These are very serious assaultive allegations, Mr. Nightingale, and it concerns the court regarding the safety of the public. Also, we have two more serious felony assaultive allegations that allegedly occurred roughly a week later in the city of Detroit against two different other alleged victims, which we will handle next, and that concerns the court regarding the safety of the public. Court takes consideration the information provided by counsel, your lack of capious history, lack of criminal convictions, the information alleged in the investigator's report, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Nightingale, during this bond, sir, you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that understood?
I have domestic violence, sir.
Uh,
You have a separate charge of domestic violence?
No, Judge, he's.
Back in
1994.
No, he's talking about a
1989. In Rollins,
You've had
Michigan,
two
sir.
convictions for domestic violence?
No, just one.
Mr. Nightingale.
Just one.
Mr. Nightingale, we want to remain silent. Okay?
Well, thank you for that information, Mr. Nightingale. The court was unaware, and the court takes that into consideration upon the bond. And so, Mr. Nightingale, no weapons of any kind, sir, and absolutely no driving during this bond. You are not to drive a vehicle. No driving. Is that understood? The allegations on this is that you drove a vehicle towards officers where they were screaming, quote, shoot me, where the officers had to take cover to not get hit.
Yeah, they're
it
pointing
appears,
their
by
guns
your
at me,
vehicle.
sir.
Well, Your Honor, I think that there might be some other, and I know Mr. Nightingale, is served in the military judge. There may be some other.
Regardless, no driving. There's no
Yeah,
driving.
there may be some other issues, Judge, so I just want to, I know this court knows very good.
How about a bicycle, sir?
The court has a copy of the investigative report, Judge, and I understand, of course.
You can drive a bicycle, Mr. Nightingale. No automobiles. Nothing. No automobiles.
Then I'll cancel my insurance.
And then also, Mr. Nightingale, if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Okay. Based on the information stated on the record, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, the concerns the court has regarding the safety of the public, and take consideration the latter matter that we're about to handle, which is stated as assaultive allegation against different individuals within the city of Detroit within a week period. Given the court concern regarding the safety of the public, for those reasons, bond on this matter set $5,500, 10%. Stand by, Mr. Nightingale. You have an additional matter, sir. Mr. Nightingale, you're also here for case number 20059-239, People State of Michigan versus Randall Nightingale Council.
Judge, again, for the note, Mr. Nightingale, way formally in this matter, Mr. Nightingale, understand you, he has been brought to constitutional.
Thank you. For waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Nightingale, on these matters as well with the prior matter, you have the same two court dates. Probable cause August the 13th. That's at 8:30 a.m. on a Thursday, 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. You have a right to a preliminary examination the following Tuesday, August the 18th. Also 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. As with the the prior matter, Mr. Nightingale, all hearings will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information if you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility. Not guilty, please enter it as to the bond.
Judge, I would renew my motion for personal bond, the same argument that we made. My client's a veteran of military pension, from the military, is 47 years old, lifetime resident of Michigan, except for the time of the station in the military. He has strong ties with the community. Both his parents are contacts for him. So I think that's a good thing, Judge. And again, Judge, I think there may be some other issues. I do think, Judge, based on the pandemic, I would ask the court to consider a personal bond. Obviously, no contact with Alexis Branham and Marvin Branham. I'm sure that those are good individuals. Mr. Nightingale does not know, nor should he have any further contact with them.
Thank you. And these are very concerning allegations. Again, Mr. Nightingale, and assaultive allegations, which the court takes into consideration. Information provided by counsel appears you have ties to the community, lack of capious history, the current epidemic facing the nation. The court takes into consideration as well as your employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to postpone. Mr. Nightingale, allegations set forth concern the court regarding the safety of the public. It's alleged, sir, that you pointed a handgun at a 8-month-old child and her 21-year-old mother, and verbalized certain language which concerns the court.
Of course.
Given the
What
what was that, Mr. Nightingale?
Mr. Nightingale, don't say anything.
Of course, I verbally assaulted her.
Mr. Nightingale, we're not gonna talk, okay? Let's remain silent, bro.
And the court takes into consideration information or the statements stated by Mr. Nightingale on the record, which are concerning. Mr. Nightingale, during this bond, sir, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. And if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. During this bond, absolutely no contact with Alexis Branham and no contact with Amari Branham, which means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that clear? No contact. Do you understand, Mr. Nightingale?
Come in.
And to be clear, Mr. Nightingale, absolutely no contact with Alexis Branham or Amari Branham, no weapons, and you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Given the information placed on the record, bond will be set $11,000 cash surety. Anything further, Mr. Nightingale?
Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Good luck, Mr. Nightingale.
All right, come on.
Stand on the black line, state your full name, pull your mask all the way up.
James Michael Woodruff.
105 AR, 8 AM top.
Hey, DBC, the magistrate stepped away for 1 second. He should be back out here in a minute, just letting you guys know.
No, we don't need.
Let's go put it on. Moment.
He said, The other one was 55, 10%.
All right, just have a seat right here. As soon as the judge ready, I'll get you in here, buddy.
Thank you. DDC, stand by. We have it. Thank you. Good afternoon. Your name, sir? Mr. Douglas, your name?
Tyrone Douglas.
Thank you, Tyrone Douglas. Good afternoon, sir. This is Magistrate Clerk 36th District Court. You're here on case number 200599244, People State of Michigan versus Tyrone Darnell D'Angelo Douglas, also known as Tyrone D'Angelo Douglas, Tyrone Darnell Dangle Douglas, Tyrone Douglas, Tyrone Darnell Douglas, Tyrone Darnell D'Angelo Douglas, counsel. For a waive formal reading of the information and a plea of not guilty, Mr. Douglas, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend Wednesday, August 26th, 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Mr. Douglas, that hearing will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before your court date, but that's your responsibility to connect. Is that understood?
Sir.
Not guilty is entered as the bond.
That's fine, Your Honor. My client's 32 years of age, is a lifetime resident of Detroit. He's employed quantum containers. He does power washing, has so for the last year, so he has a strong employment background. He has some college, he's attended Phoenix University, Judge. He does suffer, Judge, and is taken out albuterol, does suffer from some serious asthma issues, Your Honor. He lives with his mother. This is not assault on one's face, Judge. I'm asking the court to consider a personal bond. We do have contact information for Mr. Douglas. Can contact is not obviously receiving a concealment case is serious, Judge, on his face. But we're asking the court for a personal bond in this particular case.
Thank you. Do you have a valid driver's license, Mr. Douglas?
I'm waiting. Not yet. I'm waiting on the Secretary of State. I have a meeting next month, September 4th.
So the answer is no. You do not have a valid license.
Yes.
Okay, so during this bond, there's absolutely no driving. That should go without saying. You do not have a license. You cannot drive a vehicle. There is no driving, period. Is that understood? The court takes consideration the serious nature of this allegation, which is non-assaultive, but a very serious felony allegation. Lack of capious history or criminal convictions the court's aware of. Current epidemic facing the nation. Employment status as stated by counsel as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. For those reasons, bond is set. $18,000 personal bond. You're going to be released on a personal bond, Mr. Douglas. Listen to the court, no driving, and make sure and make that probable cause conference August 26th via Zoom. Is that all clear? Thank you. Thank you, officers, everyone at Grosse Pointe for calling in. Appreciate it. Be safe. Have a nice day. You're welcome. Anything further on Mr. Douglas? Or are we good, counsel?
Thank you so much.
35.
Are you ready, Your Honor, for the next one?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yep, whenever. Thank you for your patience. Appreciate it. And Officer Left, thank you for having them call over. Thanks. Good afternoon, your name, please.
My name's Michael Wood.
Thank you, Mr. Woodruff. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Woodruff, you're here for case number 200592242, People State of Michigan versus James Michael Woodruff, counsel.
Your Honor, Philip Reagan on behalf of Mr. Woodruff, wait for that Mr. Woodruff has been involved in the country.
Court waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Woodruff, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir, that you must attend on August the 26th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That will be held via Zoom, Mr. Woodruff. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect for that Zoom hearing August 26th. That's an off-site streaming technology. Is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
That's about it. My client is 49 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, has no prior criminal history to my knowledge, Judge. He works on houses, has a career drawing, does on roofing, has for the last 8 years. He's a graduate from Southeastern High School, married for 14 years, Your Honor. This is a non-assault case, and I respectfully ask for a personal vote.
Thank you, Mr. Woodruff. This is a very serious 20-year felony that concerns the court regarding the allegations set forth in the investigator's report. Mr. Woodruff, the court takes consideration the lack of capious history of criminal convictions, their ties to the community, current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as counsel stated as relates to ability to post bond, as well as the information alleged in the investigator's report and provided by counsel. Mr. Woodruff, during this bond, sir, no use of alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal controlled substance, and you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Is that all understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
The court's inclined to release you on a personal bond, Mr. Woodruff. Do you have any issues with complying with all the court's orders? Speak up, please.
Oh, I don't, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Woodruff. Given the information placed on the record, bond is set. $14,000 personal bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck, Mr. Woodruff. Make sure and listen to the court, sir. You're welcome.
Can we get the court date again, Your Honor?
I apologize. This is August the 26th, Wednesday, probable cause conference, 8:30 in front of Judge King.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome. You find your earbuds, counsel?
You say, Your Honor?
You find your earbuds? Are you okay?
I believe it was in the car, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're off the hook. You're off the hook, Officer Love. Off the hook. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Eric Boyles, B-O-Y-L-E-S.
Good afternoon, Mr. Boyles. You're here for case number 200592240, People State of Michigan versus Eric Denard Boyles, counselor.
Your Honor, Philip Reagan on behalf of Mr. Woodruff, wait for Mr. Woodruff has been involved in the country.
Court will waive formal reading under plea of not guilty. Mr. Boyles, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend Wednesday, August 26th. That's 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. That hearing, Mr. Boyles, will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as the bond.
That's the bond, Judge. My client, 30 years of age, lifetime resident of Michigan, has 2 children, no prior criminal history. His children are 8 and 4 years of age. Your Honor, he works at Quicken Loans. He also works at City of Detroit Apartment Complex. He's a high school graduate. Your Honor, gets some college adventure in that report. We would ask the court for personal bond. He's not possessing any weapons while this matter is pending.
Mr. Boyles, it's a very serious charge, non-assaultive. You have no capious history of criminal convictions the court's aware of. The court considers the information provided by counsel, the epidemic facing the nation, your employment status as stated as it relates to ability to post bond, as well as the allegations in the investigator's report. For those reasons, Mr. Boyles, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and during this bond, there's absolutely no driving. No weapons, no driving. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. No driving. That's all vehicles, right?
All
Motorcycles,
vehicles.
scooters. Hey. All right.
I guess you can ride a bicycle, but nothing else that I'm aware of.
Okay,
No
okay,
motor
okay,
vehicle.
there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Mr. Boyles, court takes consideration information placed on the record, and for those reasons, that $10,000 personal bond. Personal bond, Mr. Boyles. No cars and no weapons. Good luck, sir. You're welcome. No driving. Never heard anybody say that's two people in a row. I appreciate that. I should have told him thank you for asking the question. Good man, sir. Should have asked, does he have a motorcycle license? I'm sure he doesn't. He ain't got no record. Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Good afternoon, Munir Ahmed Muhammad Al-Azani.
Good afternoon, Mr. Al-Azani. You're here for 18059-484 People State Admission versus Munir Ahmad Muhammad Al-Azani.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Mr. Al-Azani, the reading that you, Mr. Al-Azani, have to advise the
Court waive formal reading and enter a plea of not guilty. Sir, the court is scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend on August 26th, which is a Wednesday. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Mr. Al-Azani, that matter will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information from the officer before you're released on how to connect for that Zoom hearing on August 26th, but that's your responsibility. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. As to the bond. Not guilty is entered.
Class 34 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, has 2 children, no prior criminal history. You can receive Social Security disability, also with on anxiety and depression medication. Judge, obviously, you will not have any contact with the criminal justice system after the day. Judge wishes not to. We ask for personal bond.
Thank you. For Mr. Al-Azani, it's a very serious allegation, sir. It's very important you make that hearing date via Zoom so you don't get locked up just for missing the hearing. That makes sense, correct?
That's the law.
Thank you. Thank you. The court takes consideration information provided by counsel, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, current epidemic facing the nation, allegations set forth which are serious but non-assaultive. For those reasons, bond is $9,000, personal bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. You're being released on a personal bond, sir. Good luck.
Take your shirt.
I didn't hear what you said.
Personal bond. Personal bond.
I'm sorry, what was this bond?
$9,000 personal bond.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good afternoon. Your name one more time, sir?
Prince Madison.
Thank you, Mr. Madison, and good afternoon, sir. Mr. Madison, you're here for case number 20059-206, People State Admission versus Prince Madison. Counsel.
Madison, waive reading and mute. Mr. Madison has advised.
Court waive formal reading and enter plea of not guilty on your behalf, Mr. Madison, and schedule 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Probable cause conference scheduled August the 12th, which is a Wednesday, August 12th. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Monday, August 17th, both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. If you're able to make bond, Mr. Madison, both matters will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology, which you'll get information if you're able to be released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time on both court dates. Not guilty as plea is entered as to the bond.
Class 46 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit. Judge takes care of his paralyzed sister. He also works with Jim Dean across the street from the court. Judge, to my understanding, Ronald Madison is a complaint, his deputy. Spoke to Mr. Madison today. My understanding is that he's in custody. A few weeks ago, he let him go. The deputy told the police that Mr. Madison, wasn't the one did anything to him. Those are the allegations. That's the information we received. Charges. I would ask the court, based on the pandemic, based on the fact that Mr. Madison has strong ties to the community, so allegations are serious to consider a tether as some type of reasonable, if not personal violence.
They're very serious allegations, Mr. Madison. The court takes consideration your prior criminal felony convictions. You're on probation for a felony assaulting, resisting, obstructing an officer, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. That's concerning to the court that you're on probation for a felony charge and you pick up these serious allegations, which include allegation of a life offense. Court takes consideration information provided by counsel, current epidemic facing the nation, your ties to the community, like a case history the court's aware of. The allegations and investigators report state that the victim indicated he went outside to speak with you, where you allegedly produced a handgun, fired 4 shots, striking the alleged victim. That's according to allegations set forth in the investigators report. So during this bond, they have absolutely no contact with Ronald Madison, and that means no contact of any kind, orally in writing, through a third person at his place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Ronald Madison. Is that understood, Mr. Prince, or Mr. Madison? Thank you. And you're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapon, and do not go to the premises or area of 9164 Mendota, Detroit, Michigan. Do not go to that premises or area. Given the epidemic facing the nation, the serious nature of these allegations, and information placed on the record, bond will be set. And the fact that you're on probation for a felony or conviction during this allegation, bond $220,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Good luck, Mr. Madison.
That mask on.
Good afternoon. Your name, please.
Duran Gordon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gordon. Here for case number 200453341, People State of Michigan versus Taran Demande Gordon, also known as Taran Gordon, Taran Demande Gordon, Taran Demande Gordon. Counsel.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gordon, you waive the reading stand. Equal support has been advised of this constitutional right.
Court waive formal reading under a plea of not guilty. Schedule a pretrial date, Mr. Gordon, that you must attend on Wednesday, August the 26th. That's 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Garrett. That matter will be heard via Zoom, Mr. Gordon. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty, please enter. That's to the bond.
That's why my client is 20 years of age, a lifetime resident of Michigan, has 1 child, 4 years old. Judge, he's on parole right now, Judge. He was on parole, lawful duty discharge, Judge. This COVID-19 getting around, he's not working, but he has no violations of his parole, no violations of his parole, my understanding. And we're asking the court to consider a person by no contact to stay at his mother's house while he's not pending, or have any contact with his carpets. Does have a GED, Judge, and you ever see why he's in prison. I know this is a misdemeanor PV, I know it's serious, and the real fact is serious is that he's on parole, and it's last he picked up a new offense which could have an effect on his parole. Not that it has at this point, but it could. I'm asking the court to give him an opportunity, Judge.
What's he on parole for?
He had it was a false bomb threat. He's on parole for that.
Thank you.
So, you ask the court to consider giving him an opportunity to answer further.
Thank you. Mr. Gordon, that's concerning, sir, that you're on parole for an unrelated charge, a very serious unrelated charge, and you pick up this allegation, which is a very assaultive allegation. The court takes consideration the information provided by counsel, the lack of capious history. It appears you have ties to the community, epidemic facing the nation, as well as the employment status as relates to ability to post bond. During this bond, Mr. Gordon, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Absolutely no contact with Keontae Carbons. No contact means no contact of any kind, orally in writing through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact with Miss Carbons. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
And take into consideration the serious allegations, assaultive allegations outlaid in the investigator's report, and as well as the fact you're on parole for an unrelated offense. You're going to be released on a personal bond, Mr. Gordon, but prior to release, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. No weapons and no contact with Miss Carbon.
Yes, sir, but I'm off parole.
Okay. You're off parole?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, thank you for that information.
I apologize, Judge. He just needs to discharge, but the parole agency has not been open because of
Okay.
the COVID.
So he's not off parole, but he's waiting on a discharge. Is your understanding?
Correct,
Okay.
so he's completed, he had a date that he was supposed to be off earlier, but he would have been discharged, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Gordon, thank you. And the court takes into consideration the information, but Mr. Gordon, from what counsel stated, it appears you may have completed your parole, but may not have been discharged because you have not had an opportunity to go through the process due to the epidemic. So if that is the case, the court takes that into consideration, but I just want you to know that you may have to look into it and make sure and follow through. You may not be completely discharged as of today, having not gone through the process. So just look into it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And you're going to be released on a personal bond, but these are serious assaultive allegations, and you will be fit with the GPS tether based on the allegations the investigators report. Bond on this matter will be set in the amount. $5,500 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Gordon. No contact with Miss Carbons. You got it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Put your mask on, man. Blow your nose. State your name correct, sir. Kwame Jones.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jones. You're here for case number 200599243, People State of Michigan versus Kwame Lewis Jones, counsel.
We're ready, Mr. Jones, wait, Mr. Jones, have been advised, his constitutional rights, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court will waive formal reading of the information under a plea of not guilty. We'll get to the court date in a moment as the bond.
My client's 23 years of age, lifetime resident, Detroit judge, granted not currently on probation or parole at this particular time, Judge. He does have a high school diploma, Judge, he graduated from Southeastern High School, not only the correct medication, but right now, Judge, he does suffer from some type of brain disorder, or has some type of brain damage, Your Honor. This is an alleged unconsidered touching, I believe, Your Honor. My client understands that he's not to have any contact with Tony. He asked for further involvement in the condition, no contact, plus the court received a GPS touch.
Thank you. Mr. Jones, these are very serious assaultive allegations. The court is entering a not guilty plea on your behalf and scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend on Wednesday, August 26th. That's 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Jones. That will be held via Zoom, Mr. Jones. That's an off-site streaming technology. It's your responsibility to connect on time via Zoom on August 26th. Before you're released, the officers will give you information on how to connect, but that's your responsibility. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered. And Mr. Jones, The court takes consideration the information provided by counsel. You have a lack of capious history or the criminal conviction the court's aware of. You have ties to the community, current epidemic facing the nation, employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. Also, during this bond, Mr. Jones, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon, and absolutely no contact with Tony Dunbar Thomas. That means no contact of any kind, no contact orally, in writing, through a third person at her place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
And you're going to be released on a personal bond. Do you have any issues with abiding by the court's order?
No, I do not.
And thank you. Before release, based on the information and alleged investigators report the assaultive nature of these allegations, you're to be fit with the GPS tether. Bond is set $18,000 personal bond.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good luck, Mr. Jones.
Black line, state your name correctly, sir. Adari Brantley.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brantley. You're here for case number 200599246, People State of Michigan versus Adari Nathaniel Brantley, counselor. Wait formal reading the information under a plea of not guilty. Mr. Brantley, the court scheduling a probable cause conference, sir. You must attend Wednesday, August the 26th. That's at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles, which will be heard, Mr. Brantley, via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information before you're released on how to connect for that hearing, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank
you. Not guilty, please enter it as the bond.
That's the bond, Judge. My client's 23, lifetime resident of Detroit. No prior criminal history. To my knowledge, he's a high school graduate. He works.
You need a signature on this one.
Spencer, Fortune, he does scan car parts. He will not possess any firearm, nor will he drive an automobile without a license, Judge. I would ask for it.
Thank you. Mr. Brantley, these are very serious allegations. They are non-assault. The court's unaware of any capious history or criminal conviction or allegations of assault. You have ties to the community. Court considers the information provided by counsel as well as alleged investigators report current epidemic facing the nation, as well as your employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. During this bond, Mr. Brantley, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any other dangerous weapons. No firearms. Is that understood? And absolutely no driving. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Do you have any information placed on the record? Bond is set $10,000 personal bond. You're welcome. You're going to be released, Mr. Brantley. Make sure and listen to the court. Good luck, sir.
Sir.
Good afternoon. Your name?
Christopher Wilson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wilson. You're here for case number 200599247, People State of Michigan versus Christopher Keith Wilson, counsel. Thanks. Court will waive formal reading and their plea of not guilty. Mr. Wilson, the court scheduling a probable cause conference that you must attend Wednesday, August 26th, 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge King. Mr. Wilson, that hearing will be heard via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information on how to connect before you're released, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond.
My client is 40 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, Your Honor. Has 3 children, 13 years of age, 12 years of age, 6 years of age. He supports his children, no prior assault convictions. He does have. criminal past judge for narcotics, controlled substance, delivery, possession. Can't see the other charge.
Receiving and concealing.
Receiving and concealing, Your Honor. Non-assault and fact judge, these matters date back 2012, 2018. Judge, with their non-assaults in nature, I'd ask the court to consider a personal responsibility for my client judge.
Thank
I'd
you.
also point out that Mr. Wilson, as you can see on the screen, Judge, is not angry.
Not angry. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mr. Wilson. Thank you, counsel. You're very good at your job. Mr. Wilson, the court takes into consideration all information provided by counsel, prior criminal convictions, the serious nature of these allegations, current epidemic facing the nation, as well as employment status as relates to ability to post bond. Mr. Wilson, the court's going to release you on a personal bond. You don't have to post any money. You have to listen to the court, make sure and attend that hearing on time, August 26th. And during this bond, absolutely no driving. Is that understood?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Bond is set $5,500 personal bond. Good luck, Mr. Wilson. I hope it works out for you, sir. Whoa.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Put it on the record. He's not angry.
Reginald Williams.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. You're here for case number 200-58715, People State of Michigan versus Reginald Lewis Williams, also known as Reginald Lewis Williams, Reginald Lewis, L-O-U-I-S Williams. Counsel.
Mr. Williams, wait, ready to stand. Mr. Williams has been advised of his constitutional rights.
For waive formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty. Mr. Williams, the court is scheduling 2 court dates, sir, that you must attend them both. Court scheduling a probable cause conference on August the 13th, which is Thursday. You have a right to a preliminary examination following Wednesday, August 19th. They're both at 8:30 a.m., 36th District Court in front of Judge Giles. Both hearings, Mr. Williams, will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. You'll get information if you're able to make bond on how to connect, but that's your responsibility to connect for both hearings via Zoom on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty. Please enter that to the
That's the
bond.
bond, Judge. My client is 26 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit. Judge does have 1 child, 2 years of age. Judge takes care of his mother who has cancer at this point. Judge is not on probation or parole. He's not working at the time, but he does take alcohol and Seroquel. Judge suffers from ADHD. Judge, I do not have the benefit, and I apologize over writing, which I know is how the court does. The charges are serious. You have facing 1 life offense, but, Your Honor, I would point out that in many times, in these particular cases, individuals get overcharged, Judge, and I don't have an opportunity to reach back better. I know the court does, I'm asking for a reasonable bond in this particular case.
Thank you. These are very serious allegations, specifically count 1, which includes, as stated by counsel, a life offense. The court takes consideration the current epidemic facing the nation, your lack of capious history or criminal conviction the court's aware of, employment status as relates to ability to post bond, and the very serious allegations set forth in the investigator's report. During this bond, you are not to purchase or possess a firearm or any dangerous weapon. Absolutely no contact with Kiara Clark or Dominique Hayes, and no contact means no contact of any kind, orally, in writing, through a third person at their place of residency, employment, or through any forms of social media. Absolutely no contact. Is that clear?
Clear.
Thank you. These allegations, sir, the court takes into consideration the likelihood of conviction given the information stated in the investigator's report, which includes but not limited to that it appears the alleged victim had known you from a prior, had known you and also picked you out from a lineup as the individual that pointed a gun at her and took her belongings. During this bond, sir, if you're able to make bond, you're to be fit with a GPS tether. Absolutely no weapons.
Okay.
Given the information stated, bond on this matter set. $150,000 cash surety. Good luck, Mr. Williams. Officers, do we head to the female side?
Yes.
Thank you.
Right here. Sound the black line, state your name for the record.
Karen Brown.
Good afternoon, Ms. Brown.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. You're here for case number 18059-637, People State of Michigan versus Sharon Lee Brown. Counsel.
Ms. Brown, as per the constitutional right.
For a wait formal reading of the information and their plea of not guilty. Schedule a probable cause conference, Ms. Brown, that you must attend Wednesday, August the 26th at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Archer. Ms. Brown, that hearing date will be held via Zoom. That's an off-site streaming technology. Before you're released, you'll get information on how to connect for that court date, but that's your responsibility to connect on time. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. Not guilty is entered as to the bond. That's the bond.
That's the bond, Your Honor. I'm 42 years of age, lifetime resident of Detroit, has 4 kids, 22, 21, 9, and 12, and all living with her. Though she suffers from Crohn's disease, she receives Social Security disability benefits with Crohn's disease from the Holy Judge and asked for personal bondage and non-assaulting back in 2014, 2015.
Ms. Brown, these are very serious allegations. They are non-assaultive. The court takes into consideration information provided by counsel, current epidemic facing the nation, lack of criminal convictions or capious history, ties to the community, as well as the allegations set forth in the investigator's report, employment status as it relates to ability to post bond. Ms. Brown, the court's inclined to release you on a personal bond. You don't have to post any money. It's very important that you attend that hearing date so you don't get locked up just for not showing up to the hearing and not listening to the court. Does that make sense?
Yes, I will do it. I already have it. My son go through it, so I already have the Zoom downloaded. I'm familiar
Your son's already
with it.
gone through a criminal case or already used Zoom?
Yes.
Both?
Yes.
It's unfortunate. Ms. Brown, given the information placed on the record, serious nature of these allegations, the epidemic facing the nation, the age of these allegations, bond will be set. $15,500 personal bond.
Thank you very much.
Good luck, Ms. Brown. You're being released. Make sure and attend that hearing date.
I will, thank you.
You're welcome. Officer, do we have any males or females at 48 hours that can't wait till tomorrow that you're aware of?
Not that I'm aware of, Your Honor.
Thank you for your help as always, sir. Be safe and have a nice evening.
All right, thank you too, Your Honor.
Thanks for.